Nintendo Prime Podcast, episode 35. The podcast, the new version of the podcast, is now officially as old as I am. I'm getting ancient, folks. That's just how it goes. I'm getting rickety in the bones over here. So how's it going? I'm gonna warn you guys right off the bat. Audio, video, don't care how you're listening to this podcast because there's a billion different ways to listen to that Nintendo Prime Podcast. Bottom line is, we're talking massive Pokémon Legends Arceus spoilers.
Oh boy.
Today.
Oh boy.
Massive spoilers. A majority of this podcast is. So I'm warning everyone right now. If you don't want spoilers, one, why'd you click on a podcast that literally says Pokémon Legends Arceus spoilers and leaks? Because we're clearly talking about them. It's in the thumbnail on the video. It's in, guys.
Right.
Spoiler. Right. Warning. Telling you right now. We're not kicking off with them. I'll give one more warning right before we do. We're going to have a little banter, and we're going to talk a little bit of Activision Blizzard because what the hell this week. And then obviously we'll get right into the Pokemon stuff. Those are our two big topics besides our typical kick-off. What's up, buddy? Oh, hey.
Just authenticate.
Hey, it might work. It might work. Yeah. Let me see. Hold on. Eric needs me to authenticate him to confirm he's a real person.
Yeah, right.
Hey, look, he's a real person.
I'm a real person.
All right, so how you guys doing tonight? I am your host, as always, Mr. Nathaniel Ruffle Janc, and to my left and your guys' right is our co-host, Mr. Eric Moore. Woo!
Hey, everybody, what up?
I'm not worthy.
What?
I'm not worthy.
What the hell?
Game on. All right.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, so we're going to have some fun tonight. First up, though, we always start every single podcast this way. What have we been playing lately? And this is a very interesting one because Eric usually just says the same old, which is usually a little bit of Madden before we start the podcast, although he didn't get to play any today because I had my own league game.
Yeah. Well,
Eric, what have you been playing lately? Because apparently you've been gaming.
I have.
Oh my gosh, we got a gamer in here, folks.
Right. Wait. What?
What? We game on a gaming podcast?
Where did Eric go?
What the heck happened? All right,
Yeah,
Eric,
right.
what have you been playing, buddy?
Let's see. I finally beat Mario Odyssey.
Oh!
Yeah. Right.
He has joined the club.
No, and the story mode of it.
Thoughts on the end?
I liked it actually.
Yeah, you like that?
I liked it. I liked the playing as Bowser for a little while.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite parts of the game.
Yeah.
That was definitely one of my favorite parts.
I did have one major gripe with the game though. When I
have a major gripe with the fact that I didn't turn the fan on. You keep talking about your game.
Oh, there's that too. But I know when like if you're in the middle of trying to collect the moon and whatnot, and all of a sudden you die, it feels like you have to run like 800 million miles just to get back to anywhere that's close to even attempting to get the moon again. Like I went through the Dark Side Tower. That's like, why do I have to run all the way from this stupid flag, take the stupid electrical cross, run up the damn tower to start the damn thing again? Why?
Because that's how we do it around here.
I don't understand it. So yes, I beat Mario Odyssey, and then just for the hell of it, I bought the Stick of Truth. And
you guys, he's talking about the South Park game. The first one. Wait. Stick of Truth, I think, is the first one.
Yeah.
And then the Butthole one's the second.
Fractured
Butthole second. I got them both. So,
yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. Started playing that.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Is it a lot better than your phone game?
It's different. I mean,
it's a completely different game.
Obviously, because considering my phone game is a card-based game, but yeah,
it's completely different. It's like a full-on RPG.
No, for sure. And actually, a lot of some of the characters from my phone game come from this here.
Is that what convinced you? Wait. Did they pull off what Nintendo's been trying to do with their apps, where you download Mario Run and then you buy Mario Odyssey?
No,
you were playing the South Park phone game, and it made you want to buy this.
I've been playing the South Park phone game for
a long
while.
I swear.
But
I have to yell at you sometimes. Okay, put the game down.
Yeah,
we got stuff to do. Hold on. I just need like 2 minutes.
Yeah, right.
We're supposed to start 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, right. But no, I was just going through the one of them. I don't know if it was most downloaded or just. I was just randomly browsing the App Store and it's just like, cool. Hey, look, there it is. Hey, look, I can afford it in just points. Cool. I don't have to spend money.
Oh yeah.
So it was on sale for like $7.50. So I was like, yep, okay, sure.
That's
why I did
price.
it.
That's a solid.
That's why I did it.
That is a good price. All right, so that's what you've been doing? Those two games? How far are you getting? Like, how long do you think you spent playing?
probably
I think I got like 6 hours into that game before
hour and a half. I think
well,
something like that.
I want to say 6 hours before I stopped playing. Not because I wanted to. There was just other stuff that came out, and I just had to prioritize because, hey, South Park exactly isn't, like the biggest game to talk about at the time. So I'm guessing you got it on Switch or you get it on Xbox?
Yeah,
Switch.
I played it while
it's not really any better on Xbox anyways. So
no, my sister and brother-in-law and I went down to Madison this last weekend for what was supposed to be a doubleheader hockey game, but the women's got canceled because of COVID. And so, but hey, the men's won.
Hey,
so phenomenal
victory.
Seats too. I mean, they were freaking
beam.
absolutely amazing.
All right, that's cool. So what have I been playing lately? Well, if you guys follow me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/NintendoPrimeTV, which you would figure, oh my gosh, that he's streaming Nintendo games. Actually, all I've been really streaming over there is my Madden League games here and there. They're kind of my de-stressor. One of the reasons that the podcast got kicked off a little bit late today is, yes, I was finishing up a Madden League game because it's like the only time this guy could get the game in. But I did kick his ass. So that was, 51-14. I don't know. Is that an ass whooping?
Did you stop streaming?
Yeah. We're streaming now here. It uses the same software. So,
okay.
Yeah. And I totally kicked his ass. But I'm getting better. Those who watched a month ago my league games versus watch them now, I'm significantly better than I was a month ago. Let's just say my Madden skills are starting to come back. But besides that, obviously, because a lot of people are always like, Madden, boo.
Yeah, right.
Boo. Obviously, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Busted that back out again this last Tuesday. So just yesterday, and we have one more Tuesday before Legends Arceus comes out for me to try to beat that. Very, very frustrated with Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Very frustrated. Here's the thing. I'm stupidly excited for Pokemon Legends Arceus, and we're going to get into why, because we got spoilers. But as I'm experiencing Diamond and Pearl basically for the very first time, because I never played the originals, I am just very frustrated with Pokemon in general and not enjoying it at all. But because I promised I'd at least go through the Elite Four, I'm going to hopefully beat the Elite Four next Tuesday. If not, I gotta stream on Thursday then, which that sucks because Legend Arceus might be available to play at some point Thursday night. So I don't know. Maybe it'll be a dual stream where I go from one to the other. I don't know. But we will be streaming, or I will be streaming Legends Arceus the night it comes out. I don't know if Eric will be over for that stream or not, just to check out the game. Or maybe he wants to pop in and play it. Maybe he has a copy of it. Maybe we play together. I don't know idea if there's multiplayer. I have no idea how any of it works.
Yeah, right.
Yet. So I haven't looked at all the leaks, but we'll get to that. So yeah, I've been playing that. Besides that, if people want to know, well, what are you playing in your spare time, Nate? I've just been playing Wii with my kids. Not like any particular game. These are just games that came with the Wii, and it's not even Wii Sports. It's just some weird, funky games I've never played. Some really crappy third-party games. Party games, they're really not very good. But my children, for some reason, think that they're so great.
Yeah.
They're not, but hey, you know what? As long as my kids are having fun, that's really all that matters. I better shut this off before it dies. Or did it just? I have no idea.
Yeah,
So here's the thing. That's really all I've been doing. However, I will have more time lately. My other paying gig cut my hours in half. So what are you gonna do? I'm gonna have more time now. That's all right. Thank you so much, by the way, Taker610, who was watching our thing live. He gave a little $2 super chat mentioning why our Pokemon game released as 2 games. Not a fan here. It's just been that way since Gen 1. It's just always been that way.
Yeah.
But then Pokemon Legends Arceus happened.
Yeah,
all right. So obviously we're stupidly excited to get into the Pokemon stuff. But first we got to talk about Activision Blizzard. Right? We have to talk Activision Blizzard. So this was a surprise this week. Activision Blizzard. Activision Blizzard was bought out by Microsoft. Now, to be clear, the sale is not official. Okay? The sale, Microsoft said they're not planning for it to count on their financials until, I don't know, closer to summer of 2023.
2023.
Yeah, closer to summer of 2023. It really all depends on how quickly it goes through the government. The sale could get approved this year, but they're not planning for it to get approved to like early 2023, and then they'll count it on that fiscal year. So yeah, that's what was the big announcement. Phil Spencer put it out there that, yeah, we're buying Activision Blizzard for a whopping, what, $69.7 billion?
$68.7 billion.
68.7, yeah. Hard time to even imagine that amount of money.
All cash too. Straight cash. Straight cash, homie.
Yeah,
they backed up the semis.
Yeah, they backed up the semis. dumped the cash right in the front lawn and then walked away, which would be weird since now they own the company. So they dump it on their own lawn then? Anyways. So yeah, they bought Activision Blizzard. Obviously, it's the largest video game studio acquisition of all time. Not even close. Like the largest was when they bought ZeniMax. And then I think it was Zynga that was recently sold for like $12 billion. That became the biggest one. And apparently Activision Blizzard was in the works to potentially be involved in that and buying that. Didn't happen. And then here we are at $68.7 billion, blowing the lid off of like. To give you an idea, guys, we're a Nintendo podcast, Nintendo channel, right? Primarily covered Nintendo. That is more than the total value of Nintendo as a company. Nintendo isn't even worth $68.7 billion.
What is it, 60?
I don't. I think it's more in the 50 range.
I thought I read 60.
But it's all about see the value of Nintendo is all about how do you properly value the IP. Mm-hmm. That's the bit. How do you properly value the IP? Because cash, it's only like about $9-10 billion in the bank. Okay, all right. Then you have the shares, and then on top of that, what's the actual value of that IP? And for the most part, everyone considers Mario, Pokemon, Zelda, even Metroid to be among some of the most valuable IP in the world. But also, only like a handful of them, like Animal Crossing, Mario, and Zelda, and Pokemon, sell like gangbusters. And Splatoon probably now too. So I don't know. I don't really know how you can properly value IPs like that that have been around for 30 plus years. But doesn't matter because Nintendo's not for sale, and they're going to be extremely hard to sell because the majority of their shares, well, the number one shareholder for Nintendo is actually a trust fund at a bank. And that trust fund belongs to the originating founding family of Nintendo. Yeah. And like they have no interest in ever selling off those shares. Because literally it's the founding family of Nintendo. They want to always have the most power at Nintendo. They don't want to go anywhere. They were the ones that powered Nintendo through the half on the card days, the gangster days of Nintendo, the love hotels, and the old people running Nintendo, kind of cheating on their wives all the time. It was crazy wild west days at Nintendo. They were not always this family friendly company we view them as today. That started basically with video games, to be completely honest. That being said, it's interesting when we look at this acquisition. Because obviously the biggest question out of this is, does this mean not this year, because Microsoft doesn't plan to own them this year? There's really, I guess, maybe two big things we got to get out of this. One, Bobby Kotick, get the fuck out of the gaming industry. I think we can all agree on that, right, guys? Yep. Is that even controversial to say? Get the fuck out of the gaming industry? Nobody wants you. We know what you did to your assistant because Activision admitted that you did it. Your own company admitted that you abused your assistant, a female assistant. This happened like 20 years ago. How the hell did your job survive past that? And then obviously all of the stuff that's happened since then, obviously the worst of it culminating in someone committing suicide at the company. Lots of lawsuits happening in the state of California, federal government going after them. Insane, right? Like this is just unprecedented. How the hell did this shit get away with for decades? I don't understand it. Bobby Kotick is not a good person. And yeah, it's just, the thing is, reports have it that once the acquisition is finalized, Bobby Kotick will be bought out, which he's not going to be CEO anymore because they're not going to have a board anymore. The entire board will be bought out because the board will be absolved or dissolved, I guess. And the thing is, he's gonna get a nice payday. Because to buy him out of his contract is going to be about $270 million. That's just the clauses in his contract. But here's the thing. That might buy him out of his contract. That doesn't buy his shares. He has he's one of the top shareholders because he's been there for so long. Because people think, his base salary, he always talk, my base salary isn't very high. No, but your bonuses are high and you get a shitload of shares every single year as bonuses. So the thing is, Microsoft's pretty much trying to buy at least 51% of the shares. And I'm presuming they want all of Bobby's shares. Mm-hmm. So Bobby's going to get even more than $270 million. Now, to be clear, there's a high potential that Bobby Kotick's going to be facing a bunch of civil lawsuits from current and former employees. And all that money he's getting paid from Microsoft would be able to be sued for by, a former and current employees. So it's entirely possible he might not walk away with as much money as we think he will, but it doesn't really matter. He already has more money in his bank accounts than we can even imagine. He owns islands. He's probably never going to jail. And I think that's the sad part about it is he's going to be able to enjoy his wealth the rest of his life. I'm not saying his family shouldn't, or his wife or kids or anything else. I'm not saying they should. I'm not calling them pieces of shit.
Just him.
Because we don't know. We don't know anything about those. Like, oh, well, what's to say that they stayed with him? Dude, he's got all the money. And if he's got a prenup, well, I mean, come on. I would, because I'm presuming usually CEOs in his position make their wives sign a prenup because divorces are very common. So, yeah, I don't really know that whole situation. I don't want to get into that. That's personal family business. But I just want to say he, at least, is a very big piece of shit and needs to get the fuck out of the industry. And I don't think he'll ever get a job in the industry again. He's getting enforced retirement.
Well, and especially considering what he tried to do.
Oh, yeah. So here's the funny thing. So the shareholders, this is just being reported. Can't be verified at the moment, but I don't know if it ever will be. Here's the thing. The shareholders told Bobby Kotick you need to do something to resolve the reputation issues Activision Blizzard has right now in wake of all of the controversy. So, one of the first moves he attempted to do, reportedly, or even reported by multiple outlets, is he attempted to buy Kotaku, PC Gamer, and potentially some other news outlets. Eric, what's the reason he was trying to buy media news outlets?
So he could change the narrative of what's going on at Activision.
Change the narrative. He literally thought one of his very first ideas to save the reputation of Activision Blizzard was to buy out media outlets to create stories that are positive.
Instead of changing the actual culture,
forget
fixing the issue.
No, remember, he threatened, when the lawsuit first came out, he threatened California with, we're going to leave we're going to take our business to a different state. We're going to leave California.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. This is untrue. Yeah, okay, all your employees are walking out and all the females are saying this shit's happening still to this day.
Right.
Like, look, Bobby, I know what you were trying to save your job because this $270 million buyout, you were making that kind of money every year. So of course you don't want to leave. Who wants to leave the money train? You want to keep the money train going. So for some reason he thought buying out news outlets was going to save that reputation. Like, oh my God, if he actually did that, for starters, everyone already hates Kotaku. People don't hate PC Gamer, but they hate Kotaku. So it's kind of like you're buying already the one outlet that people really don't like that much. And on top of that, you're buying them to save your narrative.
Right.
Yeah. Honestly, that would just destroy your narrative and maybe sink your entire company. Now, rumor has it that the shareholders, upon hearing that this was his plan, basically told him, no, we want out. So the major shareholders, including some banks and obviously some big name people, basically told Bobby straight up, no, we want out. We're done with Activision. We want you to sell. What do you mean you want me to sell? We want you to sell the company. Which is just mind-blowing for a company worth $8.7 billion to even consider selling. So he reached out to a number of companies. Microsoft was actually the last company he reached out to. For one of the very first companies he reached out to and apparently wanted to sell to was Facebook, or as it's now known as Meta, or Facebook Meta Inc., or whatever they officially rebranded to.
Yeah.
And that deal, I guess negotiated for a small bit, but they weren't valuing probably anywhere close to what the makers of World of Warcraft and Call of Duty and stuff are worth. They probably, I think, I would say Mark Zuckerberg might be a lot of things, but he's not an idiot. Probably didn't think it was worth investing in them when they have no experience really publishing games. Mm-hmm. They don't, they already are they're having a hard time with, it was Oculus, right? That's the one they own.
I think so.
They're having a hard time with that. So like, they've already got their hands in so many different pots, and he's really, what are they best at? They're best at social media. So Facebook, and then even though you say Facebook's not as relevant, Instagram is, and guess what? That's Facebook
too, though.
They own that. So
I don't know if Facebook has some of their own skeletons, but there could be another thing.
Facebook has skeletons. They've been in lawsuits.
But I meant I meant like with this type of behavior.
Oh yeah, I don't know if they do or not.
But I don't remember. I want to say they did, but I could be, and I don't want to say if it's wrong. But another thing too is obviously they probably didn't also want to bring in this type of culture.
Plus it's I mean, like does Facebook really think they can fix that culture? I don't know. So then eventually they reached out to Microsoft, and apparently the deal came together super quick. Phil Spencer was like, oh, wait, really? Now, obviously, you might be like, how did it come together so quickly? Well, Phil Spencer just asked the board at Microsoft, and they pretty much universally said, if you think this is what we need to do, do it.
Yeah, right. I mean,
he got full autonomy. And the funny thing is, in getting full autonomy to make this deal, they also formed the Microsoft Gaming Executive Board, which he is part of. He was previously head of Xbox. Now he's head of his entire board that just runs an entire gaming division that's essentially separate from Microsoft, but gets to dip into all of Microsoft's funds. And Phil Spencer no longer, guys, has to go to the board to get permission to make acquisitions.
Damn. That's insane.
Like, that's really big news, too, out of all this. We found that out. Like, Phil Spencer can just do whatever he wants now. That's how much Microsoft trusts him. That's insane, considering that Microsoft's gaming division has not made them money since the 90s. So, like, it's crazy for a division that's just been a sunk cost for them for over, 2 decades. Suddenly, hey, we believe in what you're doing. We believe in Game Pass. So it's kind of all crazy how this all came together. So Bobby Kotick's going to be out. That's the big news. And the second thing we need to know, though, so now that the reports are out there that Bobby Kotick's going to be gone, that's fine. It sucks he's going to get a bunch of money, but whatever. PlayStation fans want to know, are future Call of Duty games going to be exclusive to not Xbox, Game Pass platforms? We know they put whatever Game Pass is on, Microsoft will put the game there. It'll be there on your phone through xCloud with Game Pass. It'll be there on your PC, obviously. It'll be there on your Xbox Series X and X, because where Game Pass is, tablets, etc. And my automatic response is, fucking of course.
Yeah, right. I mean,
they have stated several times they want Game Pass in every home.
Yeah.
Okay. They did not need to buy Activision Blizzard to get their games on Game Pass. You want a proof of that? The sale hasn't even been approved, and the games are already coming to Game Pass.
Yeah.
They could have just wrote a fat check. They could have wrote a fat check and just had the games day one on Game Pass, like they've done for other companies. They've already done MLB The Show day one on Game Pass. They don't own MLB The Show.
Yeah,
they wrote a fat check to the MLB. They could have just wrote a fat check, not $68.7 billion, maybe just $1 billion.
Yeah, right.
And they could have got all of these games day one on Game Pass, in perpetual for the next 10 years or whatever the contract would have been. So they didn't need to buy them to get them on Game Pass. So what is the real value of buying them? If some people go, they must keep these games on PlayStation. They must keep releasing them there because it's almost $70 billion. They need to recoup money. It's a lot of money. Why rock the boat? And I go, why buy a company if you're just going to maintain the status quo? What's the benefit to Microsoft to spend $70 billion to just keep things the way they are? That makes no sense. You're not investing $70 billion to keep things the same, because they already would have just left them alone. They already get those games. And you can say, oh, they spent the $70 billion to save them, their reputation. You don't spend $70 billion to save a reputation of another company. That's not, no. They did this because Microsoft is playing Chinese Go in comparison to everyone who thinks they're playing chess.
Checkers.
Everyone usually say they're playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. Oh, no. People think they're playing chess.
Yeah.
They are so far ahead of the game at the moment that they are thinking so far beyond the capability of most of our brains to comprehend. And Phil Spencer has been so openly and stupidly honest about this, and everyone is just ignoring it. All Microsoft cares about right now is Game Pass subscriptions. They've gained 7 million in the last year, up from 18 million in the year prior. Their goal is to get it to 100 million here in the next 5 years, and they want to get it up to $1 billion at one point. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. Phil Spencer has talked about this. And how are you going to do that? Well, why don't you buy out some of the biggest IPs in the fucking world, and they're only on Game Pass platforms? Now, this could put pressure on Sony to finally let Game Pass be on PlayStation. And to be clear, Phil Spencer wants Game Pass on PlayStation.
Right.
PlayStation won't allow it. He wants it on Switch. Nintendo won't allow it.
That we know of.
No, he's openly said. He's openly said he wants them on those platforms, but they're closed platforms and they don't want Game Pass. Okay, Phil Spencer said that publicly. So it's on record.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. They're not spending $70 billion because they need to make back $70 billion. You know how much money Microsoft has? They have something like $800 billion in the bank. Like they are so rich. $70 billion is like wiping their ass.
Yeah.
That's the sad reality of how rich they are.
Right.
Guess what? Apple's even richer. They're a $1 trillion company. So these companies have a lot of money.
Just a tiny bit.
Just a tiny bit. So yeah, they care about the money. They're not dumb, but also Why are they spending $70 billion? Because they feel that this could boost their subscriptions massively in the next 3 to 4 years. This can get them to their 100 million goal. Now, to be clear, Phil Spencer said, we're not going to ruin existing, stuff. You're right. They're not going to yank Call of Duty Warzone off PlayStation. They're not going to yank Vanguard. The next Call of Duty this year, they're not going to yank off any of the current games on PlayStation. And Warzone's a never-ending game, so that's good. They're not going to get rid of it. Just like with Minecraft, it's already on the platforms. We're going to leave it alone. We're not going to yank it. However, he said nothing about future communities, which can't exist yet because the games aren't out yet. Mm-hmm. In my humble opinion, and I can just point to ZeniMax and what they're doing with Bethesda and go, Microsoft didn't spend $70 billion to make these games multi-plat. That hurts their ability to pump up Game Pass because they could have kept them multi-plat and never spent $70 billion and had those games on Game Pass. They want them to be exclusive to Game Pass platforms because guess what it does? It makes anyone who's fans of them get Game Pass. No, they don't have to get Game Pass. They could just buy an Xbox Series X and buy a copy of the game. That's a win for Microsoft too. They have put themselves in a no-lose situation here. Besides Sony fans that are going to be pissed off about it.
Absolutely.
Ask Phil Spencer if he cares.
Nope.
Sony can't afford to spend $70 billion. So it ain't Microsoft's problem. Now, will the sale get approved? That's the one thing people worry about. It being a monopoly. All I will say on that is no, it's not going to get blocked. If you look up the definition of a monopoly, it would mean that this acquisition would mean nobody else in the industry can be successful. Switch has 100 million units on the market. PlayStation always sells 100 million units. Other games at Ubisoft and EA, and obviously, Naughty Dog and Nintendo, like all of these are still selling lots and lots of copies and are not impacted by this at all. All this does is take away some content from people on PlayStation because we don't even get the games on Switch. Technically, we did get Crash Racing and Crash 4 and all that, but who knows? Maybe we still get those smaller games. I have no idea. Anyways, that's my take. What's your take on all this, Eric?
Absolutely insane amount of money. To a certain extent, good for Microsoft. Interesting for the rest of the gaming world. Honestly, if the biggest thing that came out of this is Bobby's gone,
I mean I'm sorry, Bobby has to go, and Microsoft's going to reform the whole management of that studio to fix all this because, by the way, I don't want to sit here and pretend that Microsoft's always been like humble and perfect. Bill Gates has a very controversial history at the company with sexism and all that, but that seemed to go away after he left the company. And they've had many females in charge at Microsoft since those days. And if you look at the gaming board, okay, Phil Spencer's at the top, right? He's a man. Sure. But like 7 of the other 12 members of that board that controls all of Microsoft gaming, and by the way, Phil Spencer can't just do whatever he wants. It's got to get approved by the board, are female. Of the mixed races and everything. So like...
It's a wide variety.
Let me just tell you, if there's anyone that's going to handle diversity and take care of sexism in their gaming thing, it's going to be a board that's literally primarily female. Phil Spencer can't do anything without the majority, and they make up the majority. So, like, Microsoft has really set up well to deal with whatever the hell is going on with Activision Blizzard, get the bad eggs out of there, because there's still going to be some, just because Bobby and the board are gone, doesn't mean there's not bad eggs still seeded all over the company, and they're going to figure it out. They're going to get their HR in there. They're going to actually go through the real complaints and emails that they're trying to delete and the documents they've been trying to shred like crazy. They're going to figure this shit out. And this might actually get the government to back off a bit. The government might be a little relieved because the government, I think, doesn't even know what they were going to do with this situation. Yeah. Like they have all these lawsuits and like, we don't even know, like, what are we trying to do? Just get money from them? Like, what are we going to do? We can't, the government can't hostile take over a company. So what are they going to do? Just sanction them? Like,
I mean, they could,
but with Microsoft,
they could just fine them into oblivion.
Well, and I do wonder if those lawsuits will go away if the acquisition is approved by the government. If it's like, okay, let's put everything's on pause now because we're not suing Microsoft. And I wonder if all the lawsuits turn towards Bobby, because ultimately he's the one that threatened to leave the state. Yeah. He's the one that denied all the allegations. He's the one that hired the law firm to help his employees that are known to actually support sexual abuse cases and defend sexual abusers. He's the one that obviously Activision openly admitted abused a former female secretary. Mm-hmm. And he's the one that tried to buy fucking media outlets to change the narrative. I'm sorry, like everything is pointing towards Bobby. It's all pointing toward, like, Bobby is the beginning and the end of the entire culture at that company. And apparently he's taken HR feedback. He's killed HR complaints, just moved employees to different studios because they're his friends, and he paid for the Cosby Suite supposedly. So, like, this is. I mean, I have a feeling that once Microsoft takes over, as long as they do whatever measures the government asks of them, once they implement them, I wonder if all those lawsuits are just like, fuck, we're going after Bobby. He ain't walking away with $300 million. The government ain't gonna let that happen. They'll fucking go after him. I just have a feeling that's gonna happen.
Possibly. I mean, I don't know I don't know how that works.
So the only sad news to me out of this, well, first of all, do you think the games are gonna end up being exclusive? I think you don't even make this purchase without.
You're not wrong.
I feel like I have a good argument, but I don't
see why you would.
By the way, I don't want them to be. I still want games on Nintendo. And for those of you that think Microsoft's all buddy with Nintendo, I want to remind you that, we're getting Banjo-Kazooie. Maybe we end up getting not Crash Bandicoot. Conker's Bad Fur Day or whatever on the Nintendo Switch Online. Maybe we get Banjo-Tooie on there too. I don't know. But here's the thing. Those were originally on N64.
Yeah.
And if you look at the other games Microsoft has brought over, they have brought over indie games. Cuphead and Ori.
Yep.
Both of those are made by studios Microsoft does not own.
Yeah.
To be clear, they do not own those indie studios. Mm-hmm. They paid for the games to be made and they own the rights. But the studios approached Microsoft and said, we want to put these games on Switch. And Microsoft said, well, why wouldn't we let you? Mm-hmm. Microsoft's own self-owned studios aren't even going to broach the topic. Mm-hmm. So to be clear, Microsoft put some games on Switch and on PlayStation, to be clear. Ori went to PlayStation. Cuphead went to PlayStation.
Yeah.
But to be clear, those are indie studios that they don't own. So want to be clear about what's happening here. The only thing you could argue is that Nintendo was supporting cross-platform play with Minecraft when Sony was blocking it. So that Better Together update, that was a big deal at the time because there's a lot of shade at Sony for and even still to this day, they really don't like cross-platform play. They support it, but you have to get it approved through all these different tiers at Sony. It's really weird. Sony just doesn't want you playing anything but Sony.
Yeah. Jeez. Again, you made the point. It's why buy it if you're not going to put it and make it actually work for you.
Yeah.
So,
all right. I think it's time. I think we made the people wait long enough. I think we've waited long enough. It's time to go to some Pokémon Legends Arceus spoilers. All right, folks. Sorry, you saw some picture. But we're at Central Leaks here. Central Leaks is a very popular place for Pokemon leaks on the internet. Not every leak has happened here. We might go to our Discord server and grab some because we have had credit to DeFox out there who's been sharing as many leaks as he can. We have pretty much everything. The game is leaked. We have gameplay clips. We have the entire Pokemon Dex. And what's interesting is, one, Eric really hasn't seen anything.
No, I'm not.
And two, we are people that were cautiously optimistic for Legends.
Yeah.
But then I think after recent footage, we watch it and we go, maybe we should be a little bit more critical.
Yeah.
Maybe this isn't going to tickle our fancy. And after I just got, playing Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, I'm like, man, my hype's kind of going down. That game's killing my vibe.
Right. And throw this out here real quick. Massive spoiler warnings because I know we said this, we were going to throw that back out there.
Yeah.
Throwing that back out there. Massive spoiler warnings. So if you don't want it,
especially if you're watching the video version, because we're going to be playing clips. So if you hear some audio, I don't know, we might mute the audio because it wouldn't make any sense, but we're going to play clips of. So if you're listening to the audio version, clearly at this point, if you want to see all the spoilers, I highly suggest you head on over to our YouTube channel, the Nintendo Prime Podcast channel, and watch the video version so you can get the full context. Otherwise, just listen to Eric and I's thoughts on Pokemon if you're just, whatever. All right, so we got some of the Pokemon here. There's a hell of a lot more. In fact, hold on. I think I have a complete list. Well, whatever. We'll get to it. Mm-hmm. So this is some of the Pokemon. We have the entire Dex. So a lot. I think these are the legendaries, I believe, or something like that. I mean, they look like Pokemon. I don't really have any deep thoughts on the character designs, on the Pokemon designs. I think they just look like Pokemon. I think this like little genie guy looks cool. Maybe he's already in the games. I have no idea. Here's the thing: we are not Pokemon experts over here,
right?
So I can't tell you if these Pokemon have been in before or if they haven't been in Pokemon before.
I think the ones that...
What I can tell you is when we go to other parts of this where they show other Pokemon, I recognize them from Brilliant Diamond. So I'll be like, oh yeah, okay, I recognize a bunch of those. But yeah, I think these are the legendaries. Cool. I mean, it's Pokemon.
I think the ones that say like Hisuian are
Hisuian. Hisuian.
Those are actually, these might already be in.
No, Hisuian is the region.
Right. No. But I'm saying these might already be Pokemon already in. These are just different versions.
Well, yeah, but different versions constitute new Pokemon in Pokemon. That's welcome to Pokemon. Welcome to Pokemon.
Good Lord.
Anyways, that's how you end up getting near 1,000 Pokemon.
All right.
Probably, maybe we're at 1,000 after this game. I don't know the official numbers here. So we're going to actually zoom this in a little here. One, it makes it easier for me to read. Two, it makes it easier for you guys to read.
There you go.
So this is kind of cool. So Pokemon Legends Arceus has been discovered that it uses Nintendo's new networking library. So the same one that Monster Hunter Rise uses. Still uses the old peer-to-peer network. Now, that might be just for trading or battling. I don't really know off the top of my head, but they are using the new online network. I'm not really sure what it's for quite yet. I haven't gotten that far into the spoilers, so maybe we'll discover what the online play really is. The problem is these leaks are happening in real time, so the people are playing through the game right now. I don't think anybody's actually gotten to the end, so we don't know everything quite yet, but we probably will by the weekend. All right. So here's some in-game of what Samurott, right? Yeah, that's the Pokemon in-game.
Yeah,
I mean, I like the Pokemon or their actual sizes.
Yeah, right.
I think that's really cool.
Could you imagine Snorlax just waddling around behind you? If they had a Snorlax in this, I don't think they do.
You can catch all the Gen 4 legendary and mythical Pokemon in this game. And the only other legendaries in the game are the forces of nature. Also, yet again, there's no new mythical Pokemon in the files for this year's movie. So a movie that comes out later this year. Here is the text dump of the story.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Holy.
Yeah. So that's the text dump of the story. We're not going to be able to go through that whole text dump.
No. I mean,
there's no way. We'll go over little details. We'll go through little details as we go here, but we're obviously not going to go through that entire text dump. That's a lot to go through. But it is there on Central Leaks if you guys are interested. So here's our first little footage that we have. Our first little footage that we've seen. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's going to be. It looks like a little rough. Now, I don't know if the frame dips I'm seeing here, if that's from the game or if that's just the capture.
Yeah,
the capture software. Because the thing is, like, we can't control who has this game and who doesn't. There were official retail leaks, so they might not have the greatest computer or the greatest capture stuff. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to say that this probably isn't representative of the performance of the game, but it could be. But we've seen from the official footage that it was smoother than this. So I'm assuming this is just capturing issues. So this is a fight. What I find interesting is, look, the trainer's running around, or they captured it. Wait, there's something. Okay, look at this. So here's your Pokemon. Oh, okay, what are your thoughts?
I'm just it almost looked like the trainer was bouncing back and forth between the Pokemon and telling them both to fight. It's what it looked like, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, and like here's your Pokemon screen.
Yeah, so no, we don't have the one in there, but it just looked like it was. That's a little weird.
So it's really interesting.
You can run around during the battles.
Like go beautify. You can run around. You don't have to stay stationary.
Yeah,
that's new.
It doesn't take you out of the world.
No, you're still in the world. It's not a separate area.
Yeah, right.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
And I also wonder if in this, can other Pokemon walk up behind you and like start attacking the trainer, or if they leave you alone during the fight. They probably leave you alone during the fight, but I have no idea. So we're seeing some battle here between Eevee and Beautifly. I'm assuming this level 18 Eevee's from this person back here, but I'm not exactly 100% sure.
Possibly.
This is just showing a little bit of a battle, and then it ends, and you have a little conversation. So here's a trainer battle with a Hisuian Decidueye using his signature move, Triple Arrows. I mean, this is obviously in a different area of the game. Lava coming down, probably more like out in the wild area. So first I want to ask you, visually, what are you thinking? I mean, this isn't obviously full 1080p or anything. This is all downgraded Twitter videos.
Right.
So we got to keep compression in mind.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going to say in the background. It doesn't look the sharpest, but
there's I could tell looking at this. We're looking at a 4K screen. This is like 480p.
Yeah.
This is not, anyways.
I don't know. The art design isn't terrible.
But the art design's like, the classic anime style sort of.
Yeah. It's not like full chibi, but
and you see the full attacks, which are cool. Yeah, I mean, I know they've had little tiny animations in Pokemon games.
I'm hoping that we don't have like the double kick. It's just jump.
It'd be cool if they actually hit them.
Actually kick them. Yeah.
Because right now they're just standing looking at each other.
Yeah. I mean, I want to see some like actual like
aerial, like I want to see like the fly attack actually fly down and hit them. Let's see. I want to see if that actually happens.
Right. Actual.
As we're going through, I know like some of them.
I know like the Ponyta and the other one looked like it was actually gonna did charge and hit the Pokemon butt.
Yep.
Yeah. Hopefully they have the variations in the attacks too, so it's not like just a.
So here's a shiny encounter. Shiny now make a sound when they spawn and it sparkles. Good.
Yeah.
I can the audio. So yeah. Let's go back and let's see that. So
okay. So they.
Shiny over there.
Yep.
You saw it. It's made a noise.
Yep.
And then you can see it's obviously a different color. And there he is trying to catch it just right away.
Yep.
So cool that you can just like sneak up and just try to catch it without even fighting. I love that.
Yeah. No, for sure.
And I love the whole throw animation. He caught it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can speak to the Pokemon. That's showing riding around, which we've seen in prior footage, but never like this. Obviously, different costumes with the different hat he's wearing.
Right.
The grass and everything. I mean, yeah, it looks good. At least from what's there, that's a little bit of shiny work there.
Yeah.
Here's Typhlosion just kind of chilling.
Cool.
Decidueye in game. I mean, look at this. Look how big this guy is. So you look at it and it's like, oh, that's
massive.
Cool. Then, holy.
Massive.
The legs are the size of his waist.
Right.
Huge. I love that they're real size.
Yeah. No, for sure.
So what happens when you throw your Pokemon in the water?
What?
They spawn.
You can have
right
one
there
at a time.
Yeah. Look at that. Isn't that cool?
That's
so like
cool.
you learn you can have more than one Pokemon out at a time. And these ones are like on are they rafts?
Yeah, they're on like little platforms of some sort.
Like this one swims because it's a water type. The flying ones will fly above.
Yep. And
the ones that don't are on little platforms. That's so cool.
Yeah. That's
just like attention to detail.
Yeah.
Attention to detail. This is what I told Eric about before. You could drown in the game. So you swim a little bit. Now, to be clear, I don't know that you're going to be swimming much in this game. It looks like you can go a little bit, like maybe across a really small part, but I think that's to really encourage you to ride your Pokemon.
Well, right.
I don't think there's diving in this game, guys. It's not Breath of the Wild.
I wonder if all your water type Pokemon can carry you across instead of like, you have to know surf. You have to know.
It's probably specific Pokemon that can handle your weight.
Maybe.
I don't think you like the little seal that came out. I don't think you can sit, pop on the back of that little tiny thing and it can carry you.
Never know. I'd like to see a tiny Poliwag try to carry you across. That'd be awesome.
So in terms of the mechanical and changing how Pokemon works, Pokemon Legends Arceus is the biggest generational leap ever seen in the franchise, according to Central Leaks, and it's not even a new generation. And then they go, or is it? Asset numbering for the new Hisuian Pokemon follow the pattern of a new generation. That would mean this is actually the first Generation 9 game. However, patterns have been broken before. We will have to wait until the home data mine, because we will have a clearer answer then. So what Central Leaks is actually suggesting is this might actually be the first Gen 9 game. Like, literally the first Gen 9.
Yeah.
That, we'll see. We'll see.
So does that mean multiple Gen?
Yeah, there's usually multiple games for Gen.
Oh, right.
Usually. Again, traditions are meant to be broken.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. All the locations, interesting places, Turnback Cave, Ramana's Island.
Yeah.
There's called Linking Cord, a string excluding a mysterious energy that makes you feel a strange sense of connection. It's loved by certain Pokemon, probably a replacement for trade evos. What does that remind? What does that look like?
Oh, it's the old connection
It says,
cable.
what's with the HDMI cable? That's not
It's
what
not an
that is.
HDMI cable.
No, that's the old connection
That's the
cable
old
for
connection
Game
cable for
Boys.
Game Boys, yeah.
Those are the old Game Boy connection cable. So this might have something to do with like being able to connect with other players.
Or no,
Or like
it's one of those. It says it right in there that somehow some of the old Pokemon you had to trade to evolve.
yeah.
You can give them this token and they evolve. So it's kind of like a stone, like a moonstone.
Oh, one thing we did learn about evolutions, they don't automatically evolve anymore. You have to go into your thing when they reach that level, and you just choose to evolve them or not. So I know you could always stop the evolution, of course.
Oh, right.
But,
yeah.
but
Huh. Interesting.
So all item icons. A lot of items.
That is a lot of items.
I'm not even going to bother to
Are
go
there
through
any
it, but there it
badges
is on
in there?
screen. I wanted to show you guys
Can
that
we
there's.
figure out the badges? Is there any badges? Is there any gyms? Does that? I wonder if there's any badges.
I
for
don't think
gyms.
that there's not gyms.
No?
This is before Pokemon training was really even a thing.
Right.
There's no such thing as gyms then. Again, we looked at that. There's a new online mystery dungeon-like feature where you can recover items lost by other players.
Interesting.
The lost and found. If you black out in the field, you may lose some of your items. However, players from all over the world can find your lost items and send them to you via the internet. The system is called the Lost and Found.
Or keep them
So
themselves.
that reminds me of Tingle bottles. Tingle bottles from Wind Waker HD.
Right.
If you find a satchel that someone else has lost, be sure to pick it up. The satchel you retrieved will be returned to its owner, and you can receive merit points as a reward.
Ah, interesting. Okay, so it automatically
Merit
goes
points
back,
can be
but-
exchanged for items at the trading post in Jubilee Village. Pick up lost satchels whenever you find them, and you may be able to get your hands on some very special items.
Nice. Okay.
I like that.
Interesting.
It's a way to keep the world connected to your friends.
No, for sure. And it also doesn't allow the people to just keep your shit.
Well, yeah.
So if
it
lose some
rewards
important
you.
stuff.
It rewards
Yeah.
you for being a good Samaritan.
Yeah, right.
You can change your Pokemon moves at any time. This is massive.
Yeah, right.
Can we just look at this? What move should be added?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You don't lose moves anymore. You just change them. 1, 2, and ta-da! You just change the moveset of your Pokemon, and you can just do it whenever you want. Change moves again.
Insane. And you don't have to have.
It just swaps them out.
Yeah.
It's like equipable abilities now.
Yeah.
They have changed the movesets for Pokemon into equipable.
Yeah.
I think this is freaking sweet. What do you think, Eric?
Oh, absolutely.
This
is beyond it.
This is what should have happened 15 years ago. This is revolutionary. This fundamentally changes the way Pokemon works. Because before you always had to try to, do I add this move and delete this move?
Right.
And then you can never get that move back again.
Right.
And blah, blah, blah. Nope. There's no such thing as making a mistake anymore.
I don't have to lose Growl. I don't have to lose.
I don't have to lose Harden.
Yeah, right.
Metapod's Harden.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
have to lose it.
You're right.
This is awesome.
That is insane.
This is maybe one of the largest changes in Pokemon Legends Arceus history. For those listening to the audio version, let me explain what happens here. You can select your Pokemon in your Pokemon select screen and literally go, what does it say? Change moves?
Yep, there's an option.
There's an option that says change moves. And then there's a list on the left, and then the moves you have currently equipped. So you still can only equip 4 moves, but every move the Pokemon has is there on the left, or these might just be a general list of moves you have, because not all the moves look like they can be equipped by this Pokemon.
Or it may be the ones that they might learn eventually.
I have no idea.
But yeah.
I have no idea. The point is, you can swap them out and you don't lose them.
Right.
You do not lose your moves.
Yeah,
this is literally a fundamental change to the way Pokemon works.
Yeah, no, for sure. 100%.
This is the kind of change that makes me excited for Pokemon Legends Arceus, because, again, what are my things that I really dislike about Pokemon to this day? What I'm not having fun with Pokemon Brilliant Diamond right now. Tedious, repetitive, easy, little strategy. Now, I get the Elite Four supposedly has strategy. I don't know. We'll find out when I get there. But, okay, if I wait till the very end of the game for that, it gets to the point that it's just frustrating to play. You just want to get to the next thing, and you're busy fighting these trainers that are half your level, and it's just dumb. It's just dumb.
Yeah.
So, I look at this, and I go, this to me is fundamentally a game changer.
Yeah, I mean, this almost feels like almost like the Breath of the Wild inventory. Like you can swap out your items.
They don't die.
Right.
And you know what I noticed? I have to go back to one of the battle ones. Did they have a limit use on their moves? I have to go back.
Still have the PP, but
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I see the PP, I suppose.
So
but still,
yeah.
still, and I wonder if you run out and you put it back in your bag, do you have to refill the PP when you bring it back to the?
I wonder if the just a standard Pokemon hospital
refills all of them. You know, the Pokemon or not Pokemon where you buy crap.
That would suck if you'd have to put the move into your list in order for it to regen the PP. Oh,
or maybe it regens automatically once you remove it after so many steps in the game or something.
Maybe.
Again, nice quality of life change. Move Tutor is much simpler now and can learn multiple moves at the same time. So let's check this out. Let's check this out.
Holy cow.
Okay. Hello. Whoa.
Jeez.
Well, that's because they're zipping through it. Hello there, survey cards recruit. Do you need something from me? God, that's so fast.
If you're
I want new moves.
Yep.
I want to master moves. I want to exchange items. I've got a question.
Master moves? Does that mean you can power up your moves?
So wait, watch right now. They selected Rowlet.
Okay. Yep, you learn False Swipe, Aerial Ace, Swift.
What moves should it learn? So you can go to this to learn moves for your Pokemon.
Oh, so you pay to learn moves.
That is
cash,
cool.
Cash money.
Sure, I can help Rowlet learn this move.
Please tell me they show the
already learned, shows already learned. Cool. That's cool.
Pretty cool.
I like that. Okay. The characters in the game reference all regions except for Unova, Kanto, Johto, and Hoenn. Alola and especially Galar are all mentioned. Interesting that since this game takes place before all of them, sort of, we'll get into it in a moment, there's actually a story element at the very beginning of the game that might make this a sequel in some regards, even though it happens in the past.
Yeah.
All right, so, wait, what?
Wait, what?
Pointing at you. Bracelet is a Warden bracelet, so that's a Warden bracelet. Here, we'll just take a look at that.
That's pretty cool.
It's a Warden bracelet.
Yeah.
But spoiler, shit. Lingo really is a time traveler.
Oh?
He lost his memories and is a Warden.
Interesting.
By the way, we're going to be watching the opening cutscene to this.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, time travel exists with the main characters in the game.
Huh. Okay.
And
fair enough.
Yes. Time travel, folks. Time travel.
Give me 2 seconds here. In that list of I want to learn a move, but it said I want to master a move. I wonder if that allows you to
upgrade.
Make a move stronger, or that'd be awesome.
Or it could just be a whole different move set, maybe. I have no idea.
But to master a move, you think it'd make it strong? That
you're intrigued.
That piques my curiosity.
Intrigued
for sure.
And that's the thing so far. With everything we've read so far, intriguing is what comes to mind. Intriguing. This is so different. Okay. You can get a guaranteed shiny Ponyta in a mission. There's a mission you can do in the game.
Interesting.
It guarantees you a shiny Ponyta. And that's what it looks like, which I love the blue flames, so that's a win for me. Noble Arcane Battle.
Whoa.
Yes. Yes. And I love it. I'm just going to hit you with a Pokeball and catch you right now. Probably not going to work. Probably not going to work on the initial throw there, but the person I've been waiting for, my Kieko wandered off to go play, but they haven't come back yet. Do you think they could help me find them? Kieko? You mean Vulpix? Oh, I'm sorry. Back home in Alola, Vulpix was called Kiakio. You see?
Lord.
Ancient Alola. All right. Galar already existed back then. Hometown muffin, a baked treat made from berries and other ingredients, which is often eaten in regions such as Galar, is beloved with a surprise number of Pokemon. So new consumables. So they got consumables in the game: twice spiced radish, the swap snack, the choice dumpling. Obviously, so we got some consumables in the game. Pokemon Legends has a new stat system. Each stat has an effort level that can go from 1 to 10. You can use these new items to raise this value. The item required changes depending on the current value. So grit dust, grit gravel, grit pebble, grit rock. So you can, it looks like maybe increase the, it's increased the stats of your Pokemon, clearly. Right? Maybe you collect some stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Interesting.
Feather Ball. A ball that flies fast and true, ideal for catching nimble Pokemon or Pokemon that fly high in the air. New Pokeball, baby.
Right. Interesting.
Adamant Crystal. When used on Dialga, or I always butcher I butcher Pokemon pronunciations in general.
Yeah.
This large glowing gem wells with power and allows the Pokemon to change form. Lustrous globe, when used on a Palkia, this large glowing orb wells with power and allows the Pokemon to change form. I have the power!
Right.
That's
right.
what it feels like.
For sure. Yeah. Holy shit.
Legend plate, a stone tablet imbued with the essence of all creation. Holy shit.
What?
When used on a certain Pokemon, it allows that Pokemon to gain the power of every type there is.
Wait,
my.
Holy shit. No, that is definitely holy shit.
Holy.
Wait, what?
Every type there is?
Wait, what?
What? Every type.
Oh, that's insane.
What? Oh, God. What? On a certain. So it's like one Pokemon that this thing can be used on, and it basically just becomes, I am all powerful.
But does that also mean that
it's
it
weak
has
to every type?
Every type weakness?
Every type strength?
I mean, yeah.
Wow. Spoiler here.
Or does it just keep its
full list of all story missions? We're not going to quite go into every single. Well, you know what? How bad is it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
we're not going to go through all that because it would just take too long. But it's there if you guys want to go look at the full list of all the story missions. Let me see here. Here's a full list of Pokemon the staff list. We don't have to worry about that right now. We'll enjoy that when we beat the game.
Yeah. Right.
Let me see here.
But also thank you to them.
Shigeru Omori is the director.
Okay.
So it's good to know. Not to be confused with Shigeru Miyamoto.
Right.
The previous tweet was wrong. Please refer to this. Sorry for the confusion.
No.
Okay. It has to do with people behind the game. New weather effects.
Ooh.
Strong sunlight. The speed of grass type Pokemon is boosted.
Interesting. Okay.
Fog. All moves are less
hit.
accurate, which makes sense.
Yep.
Apart from moves that are always sure to hit.
Right,
So I'll
like
always have a
Swift
100% hit. Yeah. Okay. Even more new statues conditions probably going to be used for bosses. Wild Might. All the Pokemon stats are boosted. The Pokemon also take reduced damage from status conditions. Move effects such as poisoning and splinters. Terrific Might. The Pokemon takes reduced damage from the status conditions. So boss fight potential stuff there. All right. New status condition, Drowsy. The Pokemon is drowsy and may fail to act. Okay.
I mean,
that makes sense. Yeah, it's kind of like sleep. Obscure. The Pokemon is concealed in mud or the like.
Okay.
Or the like.
Yep.
Raising the chance that the Pokemon will evade the opponent's moves.
Interesting. Okay.
Primed. The Pokemon has adopted the hard-hitting stance, increasing the damage it deals with moves. I'm primed. Nintendo primed. They did it. They put Nintendo Prime in the game. They put my move in the game.
Yep. There you go.
Are you primed, everybody?
Yep.
I'm pretty primed right now. Arceus battle theme. We're not going to listen to the music. New statues condition Frostbite. At the end of each turn, the Pokemon is hurt by Frostbite. Any damage it deals, the special moves will also be reduced.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Noble Pokemon battles sound really cool. Okay. Lunar Blessing. The user heals its own status conditions and restores its HP. Incoming moves also become more likely to miss. That's sick.
Nice. Okay.
Okay. We don't need to go over each one of these moves that are there if you guys want to see them.
My lord.
Some new moves and descriptions. 25 new moves introduced. Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Bunch of new moves.
Yep.
New items related to Arceus. They all go.
Lord
Palkia.
forms.
Lustrous.
There's two Pokemon with Lord forms.
Lord forms.
All right. Interesting.
It's interesting how different this leak season has been. Every early leaks for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl were really, really negative. Well, for PLA, it's been mostly very positive surprises.
Evolution.
Yep, it got taken out. It got taken out.
Sad day.
Are all these videos going to be taken out too?
Yep.
That sucks because there were some I wanted to see. All Pokeballs taken out.
Great green screen.
Yeah. Oh no. I mean,
I know.
Dude, it's funny, man. The Pokemon company's trying so hard. Look at all this stuff.
They've killed it.
All this stuff has been killed, man.
So apparently we can't see the opening cutscene.
Yes, we can. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. This is where my lovely friends on Discord have been coming through for me. Where is it though? Is it this one?
I think it goes back a couple.
My icons aren't working on my screen, so
there it is.
All right. So we actually have, for those who know, we have a Discord server.
Hey.
And on this Discord server, we have a gaming leak channel and lots and lots of leaks. We'll try to play some of the leaks from here. So he's so cute. Let's see here.
That's this
fighting one. This one is what? Oh, that's a battle. We've seen that one. Yeah. There was
the drowning.
The drowning,
or the throwing the Pokemon in the water. No, that's the drowning.
This is the drowning.
The other one's
this is the throwing the Pokemon in the water.
Yep.
There was a link to a different place that had the opening.
Oh god, there's the Arcanine.
Oh my gosh, it's insane.
There's the move swaps.
There's that.
The lost items.
Yep.
All items.
You didn't watch this one.
No, we
It's
did not.
on YouTube. This is a Japanese version.
Yeah.
So what's going on here? Okay, throw it a Pokemon. Oh, that's an Abra.
Oh, it's a Pokemon.
Oh, a berry. It's a berry. It's distracting it.
Yeah.
Hold on. Distracting the Abra. Does he catch it? Hey! Got it.
Nice. Okay, it looks like again, if you catch the Pokemon, your Pokemon get
Experience.
Yep, experience like normal. Smoke. Oh, fuck.
Smoke bomb.
Smoke bomb.
You can't see me. Let me hit you with a Pokeball.
Take this.
Bam. So yeah,
right in the face.
Some new sneak abilities and all that to capture Pokemon.
That's interesting.
Without fighting them. I like that. Okay. That's really cool.
That is cool.
Here it is.
Okay.
Pokemon Legends intro.
Okay.
This one, folks. Wow.
Major spoiler.
We'll just turn the audio on. You guys in the audio version could just listen.
Yeah.
So this is the opening intro. What's happening? It's got a phone.
Yeah.
Hey. iPhone.
Kind of.
Probably the Pokedex, to be honest. What's happening? Where's my phone going? Oh. No! I have no idea what just happened.
Turning his phone into a Dex,
Well,
isn't it?
obviously. If it is a phone.
Looks like
It could just be a Dex.
Yeah.
Which is what the Dex looks like. Which probably would be in real life.
Right.
And look at him. He's like taking like a little baby. Like the Pokemon came to get him. And then boom.
Okay.
So that's that's like the opening. Oh wait. Oh!
Whoa.
Oh! Link!
Oh god.
Zelda!
Oh god.
Zelda!
Why?
Zelda! Open your eyes. Or Skyward Sword. Wake up, you sleepyhead. Oh my god. It's happened.
Oh lord.
Oh
lord. That looks like the same thing.
That one's been deleted anyways. I was trying to find one that maybe went a little beyond that little thing. What's this one?
Another one the same.
You're probably not going to load.
Or...
Wait. No,
could not be played.
Could not be played. So yeah, some of the stuff's getting deleted. Here's this one. Some Pokemon can undergo evolutions with change their appearance and stats.
That'd be cool to see.
If your Pokemon has met the requirements.
Is the one above it? Is that the fall damage?
It's not going to work.
Fall damage. Interesting.
Seek not all Pokemon. And there should we find something.
Huh.
It's hard to read because it won't fully load because a lot of this is being deleted.
Yeah.
There's that. We can take a look at the full decks. Someone linked the full decks really early in this chat. Someone linked the full deck, so we'll get to that. Are you alive, my boy? Oh, that's got to be beginning.
Yep. Oh,
that's got to be
there's
beginning.
The 3 starters.
Yep.
And then there's the professor.
There's the professor.
Quote,
oh my, I completely forgotten. Just caught up with these 3 runaway Pokemon.
Oh god. Yep.
My name is... I don't know. It's not loading
or whatever,
well.
something like that.
So I think this is the complete decks. Oh, they blocked it. Oh, I didn't need to do that before. Dang it. They blocked it.
Sad day.
I suppose like they maybe got a cease and desist.
Probably.
Oh, no.
Did you close? I think you may have closed it completely. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So obviously there's a lot of spoilers and they're continuing to come out like literally like by the hour. And I'm just, I don't even know. Whoops. I'm just trying to figure out with this game. What the hell are they doing? This is a complete.
Is this even Pokemon?
I mean, that legitimately could be. People were asking about Breath of the Wild, like, is this even a Zelda game? Is this even Pokemon? Like, they still fight, I suppose. But is this even, like, this is so fundamentally different.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So fundamentally different from what Pokemon's always been. Like, Eric,
it's exciting.
Is this day one for you? That's the real question. Is this day one for you?
Probably. It's going to be, it's definitely intriguing.
Because we've been excited about this from day one just because prospect of open world. Find out it's not fully open world, it's open areas. Okay, fine. Xenoblade's the same way.
Yeah, whatever.
But here's the thing. Everything about this game looks like it's taking the core of Pokemon, flipping it on his fucking head.
Yeah.
And saying, you know what? These are all the things we wish we could have fucking did with Pokemon this entire time. And now we're just doing it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Hey, yeah, it's insane. This is what I've wanted from a Pokemon game probably from the beginning. I mean, some of these things.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's insane.
Absolutely insane. So I'm totally sold. I'm getting a day one. I was always going to get a day one anyways because I want to give it a chance. And this feels like the Pokemon game that might actually make me enjoy Pokemon again. I'm going to be very curious what the reception to this is because it is so fundamentally different. But as Central Leaks noted, response seems to be like massively positive. Like, is anyone even talking about the visuals anymore? Because there's so much here.
Yeah.
They're doing so much. I really hope it does not fall on its face because they're doing so much. It's almost to the point that they're doing so much. I worry that they really bring it all together in the end. I guess we'll find out. But man, they've done so much.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's insane.
I'm thrilled, man. So far, guys, I talked about how I wasn't really sure what I wanted this game to be other than, I'm just really excited that it's open. So far, everything stated, everything shown, every gameplay clip is basically exactly what I want. You could argue, it could be a prettier looking game. They could do this. They could that. You know what? Gameplay trumps all. And I said this 2 podcasts ago. Gameplay trumps all. And right now, that gameplay, my Lord.
Yeah, no, for sure.
This game had some love put into it. I hope it all comes together. But this game had real love and passion. And I could tell. You could tell just looking at it right now that there's a lot of creatives behind this game. That this is the Pokemon game of our dreams.
Yeah.
And we're going to try to make it reality. Again, we don't know if it all comes together. It's going to be to each their own. We're going to have to play it, come up with formulate our own opinions. I can't sit here and tell you, guys, go buy Legends Arceus. Guys, it's going to be the greatest Pokemon game of all time. Guys, this really is Gen 9. Like, we don't know that until we play it. But damn.
Right?
What the fuck has Pokemon been doing the last 20 years?
Sitting on their thumb.
I mean, granted, you could argue they didn't have a powerful enough platform to do exactly what they're doing here, but still.
True. But
Ocarina of Time existed on the 3DS. Come on now.
I mean, to a certain extent, though, we started on the Game Boy, and all they didn't really do a whole lot much different than the shit that was on the Game Boy. So, did they really not have the powerful enough platform?
Did they really not have a powerful enough platform? Well, the thing is, it's not like anyone prevented them from putting games on home consoles this whole time anyways. Like, it's always a handheld. I'm like, yeah, but you can put it on a home console. No one's stopping you from putting games on a home console except yourself.
Right.
So, like, that's the thing. It's like, they didn't have powerful enough hardware, but it's always been there. They just didn't use it for anything but spinoffs. And you could argue this is the spinoff. However, it has been stated by the Pokemon Company and Game Freak that this is a mainline game. They have not said it's Gen 9. They had not said as part of the current generation that it's a sequel, prequel to, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. They haven't really confirmed what it is and where it takes place, just that it is a mainline game. They do not consider this to be a spinoff. What's really interesting about that is this is like the first mainline game that's not 2. And you could argue, but they released Yellow on its own. I get it. But that was still part of like the other games. This game seems to be standing on its own because, I'm sorry, there's no Pokemon game like this. this completely looks like it stands on its own.
And there's not a second version. It's not like Arceus and Bravius.
Dawn's in the game, by the way, guys. For those that are Diamond and Pearl fans, I remember that Dawn's in the game. So like, there's just so much to think about. And this is coming from people like, guys, I know that we're not like the biggest Pokemon fans in the world, and if we were and we knew everything, we might even freak out more about this stuff in there.
No, 100%.
I like trying to wrap my mind around how big of a change this fundamentally is hard for me to do. But just based on my time with Brilliant Diamond, this looks like an entirely different franchise. And that excites me since I don't really enjoy Pokemon the way it currently is.
No.
Again, most recent release of Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, not a fan. Sword and Shield, most recent, from what I played of it, not really a fan. But this is fundamentally different than all of it.
I mean, I tried the
demo
of the
demo 83.
No, there was a download. I don't remember at home
demo
that I tried of. I don't remember which one, but it was like, yeah, this is trash.
Yeah, the create your own trainer thing. Someone mentioned that would be cool. I don't think that's part of it. I think there's obviously a pre-built time travel storyline. So I don't think create your own character is a thing. I think it's just gonna be a simple select male, female, like usual.
It's like male,
maybe
female,
just like hair color or something
dress and.
Well, who knows? I mean, we don't know how deep it goes. Obviously, we know you can change your clothes, change your hats. Like that's been in Pokemon before, so that's like it seemed in Brilliant Diamond for crying out loud. Like it's nothing new. But obviously it's in a new perspective, maybe. Even though, yeah, we had open areas, the open area, the wild, in Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really, really excited for this game, and this is coming from someone again who doesn't really like Pokemon.
For sure.
I think that's the kicker. I think Breath of the Wild, and I'm going to keep going back to this, appealed to people who weren't Zelda fans. And that's why it blew up. And I think that's what's happening here with Legends Arceus, is it's appealing to people who aren't Pokemon fans while still appealing to Pokemon fans. Which to me means this has the potential to be the best-selling Pokemon game of all time as a single entry.
Yeah. No. I agree.
Do you think this thing could sell 20 million on its own as one entry?
Yeah,
I think it's crossing 10 easy.
Like here, yeah.
10 easy.
For sure.
10 easy.
Yeah, no, from what it's looking like here, for sure.
I mean, is this Animal Crossing levels of popularity coming up here?
Maybe.
30 mil?
Maybe. By the way, DFox said he just leaked another video on Discord. So
did he?
Yeah.
I don't have Discord.
Dropped another one on Discord.
Well, I don't have Discord.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. We've closed it out. Closed it out. Something.
Well, technically this is still working.
Sure. Why not?
I have no idea what happened to Discord. Oh, there it is. It's never closed.
Hey, look.
Never closed. I guess we can go back and look here. Oh, I'll scroll over to the bottom.
And
there used to be a jump to bottom button. It's not there. All right. I guess we'll look at this video here. Again. We got to look here.
Oh, terrified of birds. Oh boy.
Oh boy. The cuckoos are attacking.
Ah, come on.
Buffering.
Buffer.
Or buffering.
Buffer.
Oh, there it goes. We're buffering. Not buffering. Oh! Oh no! The cuckoos are attacking. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, right.
They're all coming after me.
Lord. My goodness.
Damn, they're aggressive.
Oh, dude, look, check out the
look at the dodge
damage they're on the outside.
Yeah, look at that. He's obviously almost dead. He's about to die or faint.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh,
I'm
come
sure
on.
they don't actually die.
Come on.
I'm sure they don't
you
actually
black out.
die.
Remember? You black out and lose some of your shit.
But yeah, like that's
horde
attack, yeah. Like, dude.
That was a cool video. I liked it.
Like,
yeah.
Everything I see of this game, and you can knock the visuals, and I get it. But everything I'm seeing of this game from a gameplay perspective is just yes.
Yeah, no, for sure, absolutely.
I can't even think of anything to nitpick about, except like maybe you want to be able to actually swim and not drown after a few feet. Okay.
Yeah,
but
that's what Pokemon are for. And that's always been what Pokemon have been for.
And like, you know, it's not like there's diving underwater in this game as far as we're aware. Unless you do it with a Pokemon.
That would be cool.
Maybe you can do it with a Pokemon. I have no idea. Maybe you can merge spirits and do some crazy things. We already know you can fly. You can fly, which, yes, you've been able to fly in prior Pokemon games, but like, I'm sorry. This is like Breath of the Wild style, and I'm loving it. You can obviously ride. You've been able to do it in prior games. Not like this. You've been able to obviously swim, but again, not like this. It's like, it's everything that we've just been able to do, but just in a new way. And then bringing this fresh everything. Mm-hmm. This is dare I say, it's almost like they're rebooting Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like if this blows up as a single game instead of their dual game duality, does this just become what Pokemon is in the future? And by the way, they're still going to have the dual games for a little while here, of course, because they already have plans and already things in the works.
Yeah, they would.
Clearly, there's going to be Gen 9. There's going to be other things, but it's just a whole like experience.
Yeah, no, for
I guess
sure.
is the way to
Absolutely.
put it. We got another little leak here.
another video drop.
The Fox. I told you, man. The Fox is MVP.
He's all over it.
He's MVP.
Or she's all over it. One of the two.
MVP.
Yeah. Or they.
I gotta wait for buffering, of course. But man, what are your closing thoughts before this gameplay clip goes? What are your closing thoughts here?
God, this looks intense. It's insane. I'm more than likely gonna get this day one. I'm probably gonna go find my Switch at home and probably look and see if it's on the eShop.
eShop
Pre-order.
Preload.
Yep.
Preload.
Yeah.
By the way, I think the file size is 6 gigs. That's bigger than Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
Come on, load.
Yeah, I don't, did it already get like nerfed?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Skip ahead.
I don't know why it's, no. It's just having an issue.
So apparently,
could have got new.
Apparently, what happened in that one is that the Pokemon makes the trainer fall asleep and then attacks them.
Okay,
that's insane.
Like
the fact that the Pokemon just like
they hate trainers.
They hate you.
Yeah, they hate trainers. Oh, when they bump into you, they hate you. Well, not all. Some of them are friendly, but
like they're actually attacking you.
Yeah,
I just saying.
There's nothing I don't like about this. Besides, you can argue again. You can argue about the visuals all you want. The gameplay is so great. All I can think of is like, okay, when the sequel comes.
Yeah, no, it's
only going up from here. I hope. Hope this isn't the peak and it's going down.
Right.
I hope. But this also means the Pokemon company's willing to not let it go down.
Completely abandon this after the one game. Oh,
that would suck.
God.
That would suck. All right.
No, we got to go back to our old system, but we'll bring some of the gameplay elements back from this one. No, I want this one. At least right now. I could get into it and absolutely hate it, but
nice.
This looks freaking awesome.
All right, so before we close this out, I want to remind everyone, you obviously watch our podcast, wherever podcasts are heard, Spotify, et cetera, et cetera. We're going to get this audio version up literally tomorrow. This podcast will also be up on our video channel, our podcast channel tomorrow. It's obviously going to stay up on our main channel until I get it on the other channel. So obviously go subscribe to that channel. Go follow our podcast and wherever you, iTunes, Google Play, wherever the heck you want to listen to it, Spotify, et cetera. One thing I want to note, by the way, guys, and this is just kind of a mini announcement because I saw it in my email. And going back and forth, we're going to be partnering with somebody, and you guys know we have giveaways going on right now. By the way, we're giving away 3 copies of this game, like insane. You can ask one of our moderators to go grab the link if you guys would like to enter to win one of 3 copies. You have to be subscribed to the channel for all of our giveaways. At least to claim the giveaways, you got to be subscribed. But besides that, apparently I can happily announce what our next giveaway is going to be. We are partnering with a company that I can't fully announce them yet until the giveaway launches. But I can tell you that the giveaway will be for a console of choice. So it could be Switch OLED, PlayStation 5, or an Xbox Series X.
Wow.
Pretty cool, right? So
that's insane.
Be subscribed so you don't miss out. At least on a chance to win one of those. Now, you should subscribe because we're awesome, right?
Oh, right.
Subscribe because Eric's here, right? Eric alone. He's playing games again.
I'm surprised I haven't driven people away.
Eric, they love you. They get mad at me for not letting you talk more.
Yeah, it happens.
Eric carried the show. Next 5 minutes.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, you're good at carrying the show when you just got to react to the chat because then you're just reading questions.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a lovely episode 35. My age. You know what? We'll close this out. I got to do a shot since 35.
Oh, yeah. Well, and a couple of
we had a couple super chats, and I haven't cracked this yet. This is usually a $20 one, but you know what? We are going to have one for the fam here. Cheers to all you guys. We're not going to double shot.
Oh, Lord.
Thought about it, but I don't know how much I really want to feel it right now. So cheers to all you guys. cheers to the Pokemon leaks, I suppose.
Yeah.
One thing I got one other thing I want to mention about leaks. Finish this quick. Ooh, baby. Shot of Goldschlager.
Goldschlager.
So someone mentioned to me on Twitter, who is now a journalist, if I ever feel the duality of being someone who covers video game news and wanting to be a gamer where you might not want to deal with leaks. Because bottom line is, because we cover so many leaks and rumors and all that's just part of the industry, that ultimately you end up following accounts like Central Leaks, and you're going to end up seeing leaks for games, even if you don't want to. And now I have successfully avoided spoilers for some games before, but usually that is non-Nintendo games that I'm not covering. So it's really easy to just, all right, let me mute this one like Twitter account that only posts like Sony leaks. Like, okay, that's cool. I cannot deal with that because it doesn't really have anything to do with what I do on the daily.
Right.
And they asked me that question about that duality. Do I ever feel it? Like, because we're here spoiling the game. Literally showed a brief moment the entire story text. Like, we're here spoiling the game. And I'm sitting here thinking, and I said this on Twitter today, I don't really know that I feel the duality. So, I've been covering video games since I was 12. 23 years. It was a Zelda fan site, but once you start covering Zelda rumors, you get into the whole mix of all the other rumors. And I'm on the gaming and leaks rumor subreddit every single day. The thing is, I've been covering leaks and rumors for so long that to me, this is just part of new games coming out. I don't like people go, I don't want to be spoiled. I'm like, that's how games work for me.
Nowadays, everything's pretty much.
Well, and the thing is, it's been 23 years for me. So like 23 years of basically spoiling every game that's ever existed. To me, this just becomes the norm. This is what I'm used to.
Right.
This is my norm. All these leaks you see here that we talked about today, this is my normal daily life.
Honestly, though, these leaks and whatnot, they've done a better job of selling me the game than Pokemon themselves.
I'll say that the Pokemon Company and Nintendo did a good job hiding a lot of really big features.
Yes.
But I also think if they would have teased some of these bigger features, it really would have actually helped. Like, especially when, crap came out, because, by the way, they knew the game was going to leak. All Nintendo Switch games leak. Pretty much all games leak in general. So they knew this was going to happen. They're not dumb. And I know they're trying to combat it and take out videos and screenshots. Bottom line is, it's out there. It's dumped. It is what it is. But I look at this in another light where after the reaction, especially that Forbes article that blasted Pokemon Legends Arceus and said there's absolutely zero excuse for this game to look this bad, wouldn't it have been great if the exact response the very next day would have been a 1.5-minute trailer drop showing off some of the major features of the game that would have made everybody forget about the visuals? Literally, they could have showed off some of these major features and nobody would even give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
Just like they don't right now.
Yeah.
I don't hear a single person talking about visuals anymore because the gameplay elements are so fundamentally amazing that nobody cares now. I'm not saying nobody, I know, but a majority of people that are interested in the game don't care, is basically what I'm trying to say. So, like, wouldn't that have been great? They held this back because they obviously wanted to surprise players, and that's cool. And I get that. There is something about that first experience and being surprised, and I get that. Sort of, because it's been 23 years since I've really been surprised, because I just know everything. It's just the way it goes in the field I'm in. And so when they asked me about that duality, I said, I don't know, because that's the way it's always been. But I always got to think in the back of my mind, just because that's been the way it's been for me for 23 years doesn't mean everyone watching me, following me on Twitter, etc. has been that way. So like, it's really hard for me to subconsciously go, oh, I can't say this because it's going to piss people off. I can't do this because it's going to piss people off.
Right.
I can't do X, Y, and Z. Or if I'm going to talk spoilers, I have to do it in a very specific way. This podcast dedicated to spoilers. Spoiler in the thumbnail. Spoiler in the title.
Right.
Spoiler
Absolutely.
warning in the beginning of the podcast. Multiple times. Because like, if you don't do that, someone's going to find a way to be like, fuck you. You spoil. I'm like, how?
Yeah.
But here's the problem for me. It's so hard for me to dissociate because like, since I'm posting leaks and rumors, what is something I can put in a title versus what is considered a spoiler. I've been told your title just spoil. I don't know what it's spoil. I didn't spoil any story or gameplay or
right.
What am I spoiling? I don't. It don't matter. It spoiled that weapon for me. It's like, oh, I'm okay.
Sure.
Did that ruin the game for you? I'm sorry. Like,
Sure.
it's so hard in the culture I am in to like try to figure out what bothers people and what doesn't, because you can always say, always go on the safe side, label everything spoiler, but then like you'll label something a spoiler and you'll talk about it and people will be like, oh, that's not a spoiler.
We already knew that.
Like we saw a hint of that in the background of the trailer somewhere. Okay. And it's like, that's the part that's hard for me is the dissociation of, because this is my norm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think a fundamental question that has come up over the years, and it's, have spoilers ruin games for me? The answer is fuck no. I wouldn't still be here if it did. Yep. Spoilers have never once ruined a game for me. Like, if spoilers ruin a game for me, it means the game wasn't very fun in the first place. And I just thankfully got a warning and didn't have to waste my money. That's the way I view it. Because a great game is going to be great no matter what. Like, you can say, oh, but like Breath of the Wild, you're right, and I spoiled the fuck out of Breath of the Wild on this channel and to myself. Did not ruin my experience one bit. It's my favorite game of all time. I'm spoiling the hell. I'm literally probably going to sit down tonight in bed, scrolling through, reading the goddamn story of the game, and not give two flying fucks. I'm going to love experience in it, even if I already know what happens. Like, everything about the way my mind has formulated over 23 years of this is just part of gaming. It's part of gaming culture. And I embrace it. And it's hard because I try to recognize a lot of, like, not people watching this podcast, because you guys obviously saw the title and I assume you know what you're getting into, but
right.
Like, for you as somebody who doesn't, like, you come on the podcast and basically, unless I tell you news, you usually don't even hear about it. Every now and then you'll send me something that you saw, but you don't follow all the leak channels. You haven't done this for 23 years.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not going to ask you how you think I do, because you don't watch all my content and we're best friends. So like, there's obviously going to be a little bias in there maybe. I think it's more fair to ask the audience how you guys think I do with spoilers and leaks and all that. Because you guys are the ones watching my content every day, and you guys are the ones most affected. I would presume, and I'm not trying to be mean, but Eric is my best friend. Just like I would probably be biased towards anything towards him. I don't think I've been able to say one negative thing about Eric in my life. Maybe once I complained to Yulia about you when you were like being a really annoying little shit once at E3, but I couldn't remember. You were just in a really crabby mood, and we were all crabby because we're fucking tired. So it's what? I mean, come on. Yeah. I was fucking being a bitch too. Like,
it is. What it is.
I mean, it happens. It's E3
first year.
You might think E3 is fun, guys, and it can be, but when you're covering it and you're there to do a job, and you have a Game Pass, no media access, it's a pain in the fucking ass. But we do it. And we'll see if we ever do it again, because I don't know if E3 is ever coming back. But like, from your perspective, like, how do you feel about this stuff? Because like we've never really deep dove on a podcast about spoilers like this.
Not to this level. No, for sure.
Like, we've talked about a few things, like, oh, this leaked about Zelda, or this rumor.
Yeah. Right.
But rumors are not the same thing as leaks. This is legitimate stuff.
Absolutely.
We could see it with our own eyes.
For sure.
This is real. So how do you feel about that whole duality from my situation, and then from your perspective as just a gamer?
Stuff on like games that I'm on the fence, kind of like this stuff. This game for sure. I liked it because it either is going to help sell me it,
or it's going to tell you,
turn me off.
Oh, fuck no, I'm done.
Right. Yeah. And because otherwise I would have kind of probably waited to buy it and kind of probably watched you play it and see how it went, and if I liked it, I probably would have bought it. But games that I really want to play and once
like
day one, like Odyssey, that
Sparks of Hope.
Yeah, absolutely. Those ones, if I can avoid them, I think I'm going to try to. But if I happen to get spoiled with it, I mean, I'm already excited for the game. It's probably going to just drive my excitement even more. Unless it absolutely turns around.
I remember spoiling the opera thing for you.
Yeah.
In the original Mario plus Rabbids. And you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
You just don't even know.
And I don't even think I was mad. I was like, wait,
no,
what?
You thought you were like, no.
This is insane.
No, but, and I'm like, no, just
wait.
If you guys haven't played that Mario plus Rabbids, let me tell you that Halloween area. Oh,
Yeah, it's awesome.
One of my favorite areas.
That is a great boss.
Yes.
But no, as long as it doesn't, I hate spoilers when they disappoint. That's the shitty part.
Well, here. So if the spoilers disappoint, though, isn't that a good thing? Because then
it makes you double think.
One, it makes you rethink getting it, and two, which you might be like, well, they don't want you. You're right. They don't want you to. Like as an example, one game that I know we didn't spoil for ourselves was Golf Story.
Yeah.
Not Golf Story. Sorry, Mario Golf. Mario Golf. Super Rush.
Yes.
Sorry, not Golf Story. Golf Story is fantastic. Don't want to throw shade at Golf Story. Because Golf Story is what I wish the game was. Anyways.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like we bought into the hype. We bought into the ads, the commercials, all the positivity. Didn't really have a lot of spoilers for that game, to be clear. I don't know if it leaked. I'm not really sure what happened, but I personally didn't get spoiled. And so if I didn't get spoiled, there probably wasn't a ton of spoilers. Plus it's Mario Golf. So like people really aren't looking for spoilers.
Yeah.
So my thing is, if we had been spoiled on that game, it just would have saved me $60. Yeah, I would have actually liked to be spoiled on that game and realized how disappointing that single player was.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
And you could argue, well, they said that in reviews. I don't read reviews before I play games.
Yeah, no.
Now you might go, but reviews help you make purchasing decisions. A lot of reviews aren't dropping now till like the day before or the day of. And because of that, it doesn't affect my purchasing decision because I'm not going to take the time out of my day to read 17,000 reviews when I've got work, I've got kids, I've got gaming to do, I've got YouTube videos to make. I ain't going to sit down and read a bunch of reviews. I don't have time. I don't have time to watch review videos. I don't think I've read or watched a review in a long time. I think the only thing I do, and I think this is where some of the value of Metacritic comes in, is I go to Metacritic and sometimes I look at the general consensus rating. And you might go, that's a really bad way to look. You're lacking the context. And I always tell you guys, context matters. Sure. And it does. And in the case of Mario Golf, context mattered. And the context was the single player is not what I wanted it to be.
100%.
So it's like, do I regret buying that game? Yeah, that's $60 I wish I had back.
No, for sure. It's more of a, if it's a game that I'm really hyped for and it
ruins it.
It ruins it. And
but what would ruin it?
Like fun.
Like a lot of people consider spoilers like the biggest spoiler thing to be. You know, like we could talk about, you could swap abilities in Pokémon Arceus Legends or Legends Arceus. It's like, whoa, that's really like people don't really think that's a spoiler. They just go, that's a base part of the fucking game.
Right. No, for sure.
A lot of people are like, it's the story. And we didn't get too much of the story, to be clear.
No,
here.
we didn't.
The entire story is leaked. We didn't get too much into it. We got into the very opening cutscene that leads to the title.
Right.
Clearly there's, a Pokemon thing happening, some time travel bullshit, a lot of stuff. There's the professor, you wake up, it's the professor with Pokemon that ran off that are probably one of the three starting Pokemon you can get.
Those are the three starters.
But like, story spoilers don't even bother me anymore. I've just been doing this for so long. Like,
yeah,
I knew the end of Breath of the Wild before Breath of the Wild came out. And I just didn't fucking care. And I think part of this is, why do we play games? I love story, by the way. Story is a big driving factor to continue a game, especially if you don't enjoy the gameplay as much. Story can really drive you forward. So I'm not dismissing story. But the number one, and I don't know if this is a Nintendo thing. I like to think it's not. Gameplay matters more to me than anything. Why do I love Age of Empires 4 so much? It's not because it's probably not the greatest Age of Empires I've ever played. I don't know. I can't make a definitive decision at this moment. But I can tell you, the gameplay is fucking awesome. And because of that, I'm having a grand old time. I don't care if maybe the single player is not as good. Mm-hmm. Maybe there's some issue with multiplayer or this. I don't fucking know. But the gameplay is amazing. And that's what hooks me. It's like Breath of the Wild. I know the ending. What the fuck does that have to do with my gameplay?
Yeah.
Great. I know that the ending's a little, disappointing with the boss fight. And who gives a fuck, man? The journey is so fun along the way gameplay wise that it's like, damn, I don't care.
For sure.
And that's like the thing with this all this stuff with Legends Arceus. Like, even as I read the story tonight, it's not going to want to make me play the game any less because everything gameplay wise is screaming to me, must play game. And I'm really hoping when I stream this, either next Thursday night, probably more likely Friday night, because it depends on when it comes out. I know sometimes it's out like 10 p.m. the night before midnight digitally. It all really depends, And I got to see if my GameStop's doing a local midnight launch. That's also something to consider because if they are, then we might have to stream midnight until I have to get up with my kids. So don't sleep, stay up all night, get my kids out to school. then sleep,
Pass
then
out.
come back and stream again.
Right.
But we did that with Breath of the Wild, so we'll see what happens. But I look at this as, I mean, honestly, the smart move, by the way, guys, is to get the game ready to go, get my kids off, go to sleep, get my kids off to school, and then stream all day Friday. That's obviously the best thing to do, and then just take a small break, and then when my kids get home, get them organized, and continue to stream. My kids pop on stream, they pop on stream. It's Pokemon. I'm not worried. Pokemon. It ain't rated M.
No.
I'm not too worried if they pop on stream. I know YouTube has the thing with kids, but they tend to leave it alone when it happens accidentally on stream unless they're like naked or something. Obviously,
Right.
My kids won't be naked, so I'm not going to worry about that. Not at that time anyways. So I look at this as the gameplay excites me so much that I just don't care. And because gameplay is at the fundamental core of why I play games. Like, why do I enjoy Splatoon so much? It's got a really cool story, but that's not why I play the game. The Tingle games. Like, yeah, really, really interesting backstory for Tingle. Very interesting. I'm very interested in the lore of Zelda, right? I've been Zelda theorizing for my entire life, basically, at this point. I've been Zelda theorizing for a hell of a long time. Timeline theories, which now we don't necessarily have to have as much anymore because of Hyrule Historia and everything since. Although there's still some theories. We had some theories, obviously, about Breath of the Wild for a while. Theories about different events and all that. Like, I'm into all that story stuff, but fundamentally, I don't play Zelda for that. I play Zelda for the gameplay. I play Mario for the gameplay. I play even, things like The Last of Us for the gameplay. Even though The Last of Us is very story-driven, it's that gameplay that kind of hooks me in. Back 4 Blood. We can complain about the lack of couch co-op, like this, but you know what? It's just fun to play.
Oh, for sure.
Like, that's the, like, the gameplay is fun. Like, there are all these elements that might not be great around it, but ultimately the gameplay is good. It's fine. And that's what's weird about Mario Golf, though. The gameplay is great. The problem is that I bought it primarily for the single player.
Mm-hmm.
And the single player is basically a tutorial.
Yeah, kind of.
And I didn't like that because I wanted it to be something else. I wanted it to be
The Game
Mario
Boy.
Golf tournaments against CPU, rising up the ranks, leveling up. And you do level up, but you don't rise up the ranks by actually playing people in golf game matches. And like it's dumb. And then when you get to the final rank, you don't even have that showdown with Mario that you've been hoping for this whole time, to be in that final elite group and try to win. Like, it doesn't happen. It's kind of a disappointing. It just kind of boots you the fuck out. Literally, you get to the end and it's like, oh, you made it to platinum rank. Fuck you. You're out.
Later, bitch.
You're done. Congrats. You made it to the top ranking list, but you're not number one. You're not the number one golfer, but you made it into the platinum rank with Mario, Donkey Kong, and all the rest. You don't get to fucking play against any of them. Get the fuck out. But they open up with like showing on the screen like this little, like one of the new modes in the game kind of golf matches. You don't even get to do that in the single player. So it's like, it was disappointing. And even though the gameplay was amazing, it let me down. But then on the flip side, I don't regret Mario Tennis. But I think the reason I didn't regret Mario Tennis, even though I did complain about the single player, I didn't buy it for the single player. I think because they didn't promise it was going to be an RPG mode or anything. So my expectations for the single player were much lower. But the tournament stuff that we played at E3, they said was going to be the online multiplayer. And I love that. And that was there at launch. That wasn't there for Mario. There was no online ranking system, no tournaments, no nothing. You just played people online and it didn't really matter.
Right.
So I don't know. So like that kind of, you have that combined with the single player being disappointing. I regret the purchase. I don't regret it with Mario Tennis Aces. So gameplay can sometimes be trumped by the modes and the way that it goes. But very rarely for me.
Right. For sure.
It's so rare. It's so rare. Gameplay is like pretty much the top of the thing that matters to me. The gameplay for Legends Arceus. Like, people might bitch, maybe it has frame dips. Maybe it hits like 20 FPS sometimes. Maybe it gets into the teens. Who fucking cares?
As long as it's
fun. Guys, I played World of Warcraft 40-man raids back in the day at fucking 6 FPS. Don't come at me about performance issues. I sat through that as the number one healer on the biggest server in the fucking world. Healing the fuck out of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
When I couldn't even see the action, I had to anticipate damage coming in fucking 15 seconds before it hit because of the fucking lag.
Mm-hmm.
And I dominated that shit. I had to study those fights to frame perfection. And I loved every minute of it, despite the lag, despite the low frame rate, despite my character jumping and the bosses jumping and everyone else jumping around. And like, I enjoyed every moment of it. Bad frame rate doesn't ruin games to me. It can, but as long as the gameplay is fun, and the gameplay was amazing to me back then in those 40-man rain days.
For sure.
So like, it was amazing to me.
It was fun to me just watch.
So like, that's the thing. Gameplay's king. So even it can have frame dips. It can have resolution dips. But if the gameplay's amazing, I can kind of forgive it. So hopefully you guys agree. I have no idea. Eric, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I think you summed it up pretty well. Yeah, gameplay's definitely king.
Woo! Gameplay's king.
I like a relatively stable frame rate. I mean, if it is 4 frames a second, if it's stable, sure.
Consistently 4 frames.
I mean,
so here's the thing, guys. I have a $2,500 monitor that can go 240 hertz at 1440p at 49 inches wide. Like, okay, I clearly love high frame rate gaming. I'm not like, I would prefer everything to be that way, but low frame rates don't bother me as much as you might think, as much as people think they should, anyways. And you'd be like, it's because you're Nintendo. I ain't got anything to do with Nintendo. I'll bitch about frame rate when it impacts my gameplay. And obviously, World of Warcraft was impacting the gameplay. For some reason, it was just so fun, anyways.
Yeah.
So
great.
And that's all I care about. Like, contrary to Konami's belief system that playing games for quote, air quote fun is not what a majority of gamers want. We want NFTs.
God,
we don't actually want to play games for fun. That's not the future of video games. Isn't fun. Contrary to popular belief, fun trumps everything else. I'll play an NFT game if it's fun.
No,
I don't think they'll be fun, but it all depends. Here's the thing: like, just because I'll play the game doesn't mean I'll participate in the NFT aspect. Oh, I get a unique item that I own, and I'm not gonna sell it. I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna go back and play the game. Then if the gameplay loop gets tedious because it's all about just grinding gear and then fucking selling it, then yeah, I probably ain't gonna have fun. That's the thing. Like, if it is the way that they keep describing it, that doesn't sound fun to me.
Right.
So that's
Not
the thing.
At all.
I think Nintendo fans in general probably play games for fun, but I think everyone does. Like, why do I play Madden? Because I enjoy it. The thing is, it's funny when like I'll play some people in Madden and they're like, "Fuck this game, I fucking hate it." Like, why are you playing that? Like, move on. You don't have to play sports games. It's cool. But like, they just keep torturing themselves. Maybe a lot of it's because like sports games are intricately tied to sports. It's like you're really a sports fan, but still, I don't know. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it. Thanks for tuning in. You can follow me on Twitter at Ninty Prime. Obviously, follow our YouTube channel, Nintendo Prime, our podcast channel, Nintendo Prime Podcast. Our podcast channel, if you can't find it by typing it in YouTube, it's cool.
I don't know. I think YouTube's actually finally,
but even if you can't,
I think it's finally doing it.
Even if you can't, you can go on our main YouTube channel, and it's literally like right below the upload list is featured.
Yeah.
Nintendo Prime Podcast channel. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers on there, so that's pretty exciting. Let's go, baby. Remember, folks, next giveaway coming up. Well, we're giving away 3 copies of Pokémon Legends Arceus right now, but next giveaway, a new system. Pretty excited about that one. I love giving away systems.
Yeah,
they're so fun.
For sure.
And I can tell you right now, the giveaway won't be on a live stream. I know we've done live stream giveaways for systems in the past. This one won't be on a live stream, so you'll be able to enter this without you don't have to be present to win, etc., etc. So. I told you guys we would eventually give away some systems where you don't have to be present to win. So, all right, guys. You guys are awesome, and I will catch you guys next week.
Yeah. Later.
Do 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 do. Gotta catch them all. Pokemon.